I skip myself today. You got a fast song, I wanna skip it anyway. Might as well skip. Might as well skip. Go on and skip. Might as well skip.
All right, welcome everybody to the Skippables podcast, the show where we listen to the world's best bands. We find their worst songs. I'm your host, Gio Chumpatazzi, and I am back with my co-host, Josh Lopez. What's up, Josh?
Rev it up, woo.
It's on some off the Zans, dude. What's up, Josh?
Yeah, man. Fuck. I barely woke up right now. I forgot that we were recording today. What's up?
What's up, dude? Glad to be here in the post-punk, post-COVID world that we live in, right? I mean, I feel almost like inoculated in a way. Like I took some type of post-punk vaccine.
I feel very post in general, like, you know, very inspired, you know, like
Yes.
There is an air of change all around us, you know, so much all the way down to the host lineup.
Yeah, speaking of change, we got to switch up. You know, Leon is taking a quick vacation, unable to make it for this episode, although he really enjoys Black Marble from what I remember. Couldn't make it. But we have
gonna say it's one of his like 10 vacations a year. Like
he's
this guy's loaded.
He takes it easy, dude. Yeah, I think he's a sugar daddy out there somewhere.
He's the 1%er out of us.
But yes, we have a wonderful special co-host coming in for an assist. Thank you so much, Sarah Snyder. Sarah, you've been a previous guest, but of course, welcome back to the podcast.
Hi guys, thanks for having me back on. I hope I can do Leon justice today.
Does he deserve it?
I hope he doesn't listen to this and shake his head in disappointment.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think
have
we're
to
gonna
worry
disappoint.
about it actually.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen
I didn't
a lot
know
of shakes of disappointment from Leon.
I didn't know he really liked Black Marble, so we'll see if he still wants to be my friend after this.
I really liked Black Marble too, so it's not like, you know, we liked it together. And I think that if he's gonna, you know, be angry at your opinion, you know, he's gonna have to go through me first, right? Because we cut it up a little bit before.
Friendship.
Yeah. And I think we're all in a similar little wavelength, but I want to introduce our special guest who introduced Black Marble to the podcast. Welcome, Ed Villanueva, but you know him as Ed from the Osaka Milk Bar, the host with the most in Fontana. What's going on, Ed?
Hey, howdy. How are y'all doing?
Ed? Good. How are you, man?
Hope you all...
Whoa. You hope what?
I hope you all guys are all warm right now. You look cozy with all your sweaters on right now.
Well,
thank you.
I mean, I feel great. I can't tell exactly what you're wearing right now. You don't have your webcam on, but I'd like to imagine. Oh, let's hear the reveal.
Yeah, what is it?
Just imagine like I'm wearing like a pimp suit, like it's purple, and I have like a feather fedora on.
Nice. Yeah, just kicking back.
Bell bottoms all wet at the bottom from the rain.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, Ed.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You are operating one of the hottest DIY venues in the IE right now, the Osaka Milk Bar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna unhype it. Okay, this is the hype train. Everybody hop on. It's already steaming pretty heavy, and I think you're gonna hear the train hoot a couple times during this episode. Everybody.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hoot all right.
I've been to a few of your shows over there in Fontana, and it's fantastic. The type of like people that you get to go and vend there. It's a revolving door of just like really great artists and like food, people, and stickers and like micheladas, and you know, like it's a really cool vibe that you set up there. I really enjoy it there, man.
Yeah, speaking of cozy, seriously, it's a great vibe. Yeah, I've only been to one Osaka Milk Bar show, but honestly, it was like we were talking about post-world stuff, you know? Like this is the first like DIY sort of venue I've seen since the pandemic hit where I was like, yes, the vibe is back.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, I feel like I have to add to that. It was super, super cute. And honestly, by the name, like I thought it was like a legit like bar or something. So when we pulled up and it was like your house and like your cute little backyard and everything, I was so surprised. I love the name. And then there was a dog.
When I saw Osaka Milk Bar, I pictured more of a kind of Clockwork Orange vibe, but no, it's actually a lot more welcoming, a lot more friendly.
Very much so. No beating with canes unless you really deserve it, right? But yeah, if you're in the IE and SoCal and you have a chance, make a trip out there. I'm not sure how many shows are happening in the future. You just had like your 1-year anniversary, so.
Oh yeah, I got a bigger one planned for April.
Oh, we're going all out, everybody.
Yes. Okay. Then.
First.
Get stoked, everybody. Get your pre-sale tickets, however that works. But
start asking a punk now, dude.
Yeah, dude.
DM for the Addy, man. That's you.
Yes. DM it now.
Man, so let's talk a little bit about the band that you decided to pick for this episode, Black Marble. How did you come across them? Was this like as you were like, I guess like I was probably like what in my early 20s when this came out? So was this kind of the same time for you, Ed?
Yeah, that was. I think I was like 25. Honestly, I'm 31 right now.
Yeah. Okay. Same.
I have a funny story how I came across them. I got really into the movie Drive, and I was looking up soundtrack for that movie, and someone curated this playlist on Spotify. The first track, one of the tracks on there was Black Marble MSQ. I was like, man, this song's a banger, man. I want to get more. I want to get more of this. That's my world.
Dang. So Ryan Gosling led you.
Ryan Gosling led me.
No idea that it was
something
in that movie.
About you.
It wasn't in the movie. It was just a guy.
Oh,
like, this sounds like it will be in the movie. Yeah, this he just made a synthwave playlist basically.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's honestly pretty random to find Black Marble through in being interested in the soundtrack to Drive. I kind of like that. That is pretty funny.
If you like Gosling, you might also enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, Black Marble is like one guy, or is it two people?
It's one guy. It's Chris Stewart, but yeah, he has a couple of revolving friends that go in, but it's mostly Ty Koob, I think is how you pronounce it, is like the main other guy when they play live.
Okay.
But as far as I could tell, Ed, maybe you know as well, but like Chris Stewart is everything as far as like the recordings go. Yeah, and even, like creative control.
Yeah, even like the mixing too. Like he has full creative control.
Okay, yeah.
Really? Okay, yeah. That's interesting. So you found this one song, and it was like it changed your life, right? Or you're like, I have to hear more, and so you like. Are you like a super fan? Did you like evolve into being like somebody that really, really fucks with them? Or is it just kind of like you found their singles and were like, all right, this is cool. I'm kind of into it, but you know.
Oh man, you don't even know. You don't even know. I got into them. He blew me away because like I didn't know one person could do so much. So I was like, you know what? I kind of want to make this my personality for a while. So I ended up starting a whole I ended up spending all my money on a bunch of synthesizers, like an MPC, learn how to do MIDI, all this nerd shit.
Cool.
And I started Post Tropic, my earlier like cold wave band based on that whole idea of just like MIDI control synthesizers.
Cool, dude. Yeah.
And then I just followed Black Marble. Like it's one of the bigger bands for me. For sure.
Have you seen them live?
I've seen them like 5 times already.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I actually got the privilege of chatting him up too, like learn his process and who he is as a person as well.
Was he nice?
He's all right. He's a guy.
Okay.
From the interviews and stuff, I was getting a little tinge of like dickishness.
He's pretentious. He's pretty pretentious.
Yeah.
Most
geniuses are.
That's the way it goes.
He knows exactly what he has and what he's doing. Just leave it at that.
I will say, there is something very methodical, very like, I mean, maybe he's using the same like just synthesizers in general because like it's very consistently the same tone throughout like all of the recording. And yeah, like you said, Josh, like there is like a certain way that it sounds, like even to like the mixing and like mastering level, that like just feels like it's, you know, one person's vision of what he thinks his band should sound like. And
Yeah.
it definitely, he's executing. He's definitely
Yeah,
executing.
Yeah, he's got his vibe down to a V. Yeah, it's a capital V on that vibe.
Absolutely.
What's that, sir?
I was just gonna say it's kind of nice because it sounds like really like well produced, and he's got his sound down like so perfectly. But then like I feel like when it comes to the vocals and everything, it feels like very like intimate and like very like homemade, you know, so very do it yourself. And I feel like that's kind of refreshing compared to a lot of the overproduced like inorganic types of music that you hear. So it is very like relaxing music.
When did you find them, Sarah? When was like your first encounter with Black Marble?
Well, I thought this was actually the first encounter, but I guess I'd heard them a little while back. Like I got YouTube Music or something, and based off of some of the songs I'd been listening to at the time, like they would be added into the like playlist or the mix, I guess. But I never added them to my playlist, so I don't know. I mean, the sound is really nice.
Interesting. So like they're just like a recommended band. That's how you find them.
Yeah, that's the only way you can find him is like working your algorithm.
Yeah. Is he like a hacker? Did he figure out a way to like hack YouTube and hack Spotify?
Maybe, dude. He knows all that MIDI stuff. That stuff's crazy.
Dude, yeah.
Dude. Yeah, you just plug like a DIN into your laptop. Again, untouchable.
Fucking Mega Man type shit, dude. That's so funny.
God.
Yeah, okay. So me and Leon for sure had like a Black Marble. Like I think when their first record came out, it was in the, you know, like the Pitchfork on like the blogosphere, like music side of things. So like when it came out, like we were aware of it and we're into it. This was like, it hit us perfectly at a time where we like were into like post-punk, and like I think like Leon was getting into like working for Dark Entries, which is like a, you know, like dark wave like record label, and they're doing a lot of like reissues of stuff. So
yeah,
it just felt like they were like Black Marble itself was kind of like on the same wave as that. And so we had a chance to see them at like a club in like on the Mission, and they were great. Like this is like right after their first album came out, so they played pretty much the entire first record, and it was awesome. I made out with like a 29-year-old botanist from Oakland.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, it was great. It was fantastic.
Send me no flowers.
Yeah, I know. The next day she was like, "You're too young for me. I'm so sorry. That was a mistake." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I'm like 21." But yeah, I mean, like I didn't really follow up though. It was just kind of like I listened to their first record. I think I was still like aware when their second one came out and might have like heard it once, but I just like completely forgot about them afterwards. Cause I think like that era of my life was kind of short lived, and I like got really into like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and like podcasts, and I just like stopped listening to music a lot. Mm-hmm. So like the late teens, I like there's a big blank space for me when it comes to like indie, like modern music, you know?
Somehow that makes a lot of sense looking back at Black Marble now. I had no exposure besides the song Private Show prior to this, and similar to you, I never like followed up at all with like anything with them. But I feel like it seems like a natural thing that Chris Stewart would want, where you're really into music and you get to this point where you find a band like Black Marble and then you just get into podcasts. And then you just stop listening to music.
Not into
like,
it.
All right,
yeah. I mean, how did you find Private Show, Josh?
Our mutual friend and ex-band member Miko sent it to me forever ago. Yeah,
dude, shout out Miko. Okay,
yeah, we got to get Miko on the pod,
dude. Yeah, Miko's coming on ASAP. We booked him. We're booking him right now. I'll do.
Yeah, hold on. Let me text. Can we go to break? I got to text.
Miko's band should play fucking Osaka Milk Bar, dude. I think Gape would be great.
What's the name of the band?
Gape. Yeah. Shout out to the Punker Fools.
Gente, previously
past guest Strokes.
He's a singer.
I'm throwing a punk show too. That's what's coming out. Tell them DM me.
Oh,
absolutely, okay. Dude. Yeah, they're great.
We'll connect on pod.
Yeah.
Real
life connections, everybody.
Yeah, Miko sent that song to me, and I think we might have just been trading music for a quick sec, and I never looked deeper into Black Marble, and I didn't realize that it was them until I was watching the video for Private Show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it was the video that I was like, oh wait, I've totally seen this. So the songs and everything, I feel like again sound super similar across the discography.
That's hard. You got to be Sherlock Holmes to pick these out of a lineup, dude. This is hard listening because it's tough. Like when they have a lot of songs that just flow into each other. I was talking to Leon and this is why he's the pro. He called me out of my bullshit. He was like, you're always talking shit about bands that don't sound consistent, and yet you have like a band that sounds like so consistent. Like Black Marble is Black Marble. Like there's the sound that he's created is like unique in the way that he's created it, right? Like it may sound like the genre, but like at least like it's original music, right?
You guys think we should get into the quiz?
Let's do the quiz. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Josh. Okay. But just for the listener, we listened to the entire Black Marble discography. That's a different arrangement. It's Immaterial, Bigger Than Life, and Fast Idol. And I also dug into the EPs.
EPs too.
I didn't write the names down, but there's two, correct?
Wait Against the Door.
Wait Against the Door, and I Must Be Living Twice.
Yeah,
right?
something
or
like
Living
that.
Twice. Yeah.
Which are just covers.
Oh, that's just covers.
Oh, that is just. I was like, this sounds similar.
Is this Africa? But
oh no!
Dang, taking a page out of River's notebook, dude.
I know.
Cover
He just ripped them off, dude. He was faking that funk as well. He was faking the post,
dude.
Posering the post. Number one, according to Chris Stewart, what band influenced Black Marble's bass sound the most? A, New Order, B, television personalities, or C, Beat Happening?
TV personalities.
I'd say New Order.
I'm gonna say B. The second one. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a pro here. Leave it up to fate.
And Ed, which one did you say?
New Order. I actually know the answer to this dead on because I'm a nerd like that.
Damn,
guys, it's New Order. Yeah, he said that he just loved the way that he felt like their sound engineer and the way that they approached bass recording was like going to be a lot more hands-on than any other producer who's like classically trained would be able to do. Like you get in the stew, no one's going to tell you to turn one knob like all the way to the left and like mess with the settings, Yeah. So yeah. Ed, that is number one. Number two, what field did Chris Stewart work in prior to devoting his time entirely to music? Is that A, architecture, B, gallery curation, or C, advertising?
Ooh, advertising.
I'm like, Ed, you want to go first? I'm going to go with architecture. Why not?
Advertising for me too.
It was advertising. He said mostly with that experience in advertising, he feels like he's been able to build up some strong muscles against getting ripped off in the music industry. So yeah, that's a Gio.
Interesting.
And Ed just built up that tough skin, man.
Right.
You get knocked down. Number three. What is the name of the girl on the cover of the Black Marble album It's Immaterial? Is it A, Haley, B, Violet, or C, Mallory?
Okay, I pick C for Mallory.
I'm in Violet.
She looks like a violet.
Can I get extra points if I name what band she's into?
Oh wow, Ed's finishing my questions for
extra
me.
Points.
I'll give you the extra point, even though you're already on your way to an A+.
Her name's Haley, and she's from Automatic.
Yes, she is. Okay.
Damn.
All right. Remember, I said I was going to give you another point. Sorry, I got to keep it. You're wiping the floor with these guys. So yeah, that's Haley Saxon Gaines, and she sings and plays bass for Automatic, the band Automatic. All right, number four. According to Chris Stewart, which Kenny Loggins song really makes him want to dance? Is it A, Footloose, B, No Looking Back, or C, Danger Zone?
Danger Zone.
I'm also going with Danger Zone.
Although Footloose does fucking rip.
I actually have no idea what the hell that any of those songs are, except for
What?
Footloose. So I'm gonna just go with Footloose.
Guys, freaking call Tom Cruise because of
Yes.
course it's Danger Zone.
Yes.
I just thought Danger Zone sounded the most edgy, so that's what I went with.
I've never heard the song. I'm not familiar with the track.
I don't like danger. in
Wait, that's
general.
that's the one. Yeah, you're on
Fly
your way
into
to
the danger
Oh,
zone.
I know that song.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like a huge Top Gun fan, and he says that it just like always made him want to dance and get up. He loves the vibe.
He's such a boomer.
I know, dude, seriously. Such a lowercase V on that vibe. Sorry,
Dude.
Chris. Number 5. What song off of Fast Idol is Chris Stewart most proud of? A. Royal Walls, B. Streetlight, or C. Preoccupation?
I'm gonna say Royal Walls.
I'm gonna say
Mm.
Preoccupation.
I'm gonna say Streetlights.
Nice.
Guys,
Just even it up.
it's Streetlight.
Yes, finally.
He
I
said
got a
that,
point.
that you're 2 in. You're 2 in. Yeah, he said that he just felt like he was able to accomplish what he feels like his ideal Black Marble song is. And according to him, he always wants to take the listener on a journey that by the end you feel completely different than where you were at the beginning. Whether or not this is accomplished, we'll cut up. But
I mean, I
yeah.
think he does it. I just think that the emotions are different than you expected.
Tired.
Yeah. Fed up.
All right. Number 6. What musician does Chris Stewart say he would like to collaborate with? A. A.G. Cook, B. Ella Minus, or C. 100 Gex?
Damn. I don't know the first two for sure, but I'll say LM minus. Is that what you said?
Ella Minus.
Ella minus. I'll do
Going
Ella
with Ella?
minus.
I picked number 3, my lord. The one with Gex at the end.
I'm gonna say 100 Gex as well because that'll be fucking wild to see Black Marble 100 Gex. Could you imagine that shit?
Guys,
I don't know.
while I can imagine the Gex would be on the loose, he actually wants to work with A.G. Cook, who I had no idea who that person was.
Nope.
Turns out they're the creative director for Charlie XCX, and like took a lot of the like album photos and stuff like that. So like this is a person that's like controlling modern pop music, or like a producer who has huge influence right now. And it just kind of blew my mind that it's like there's tons of people behind the personas that we see, that
Yeah.
are like influencing the youth and the culture. That like, who the hell is A.G. Cook? He
Shout
also wrote
out.
a Beyonce song.
Yeah. Shout out AG Cook, dude.
A.G.
Who the
We're
fuck?
A.D.A.G.
Yeah, dude.
All right, guys, did anyone get that?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question. Up until Chris Stewart moved to LA, he was frequently joined by his friend Ty Cobb on stage during Black Marble performances. What is the only other band that Ty was involved in, according to Discogs? A. Team Robespierre, B. Truman Peyote, or C. Ingraham Bergen?
Truman Peyote. That's some like Hillary Chilton type shit, dude.
Robespierre.
I'm gonna go C.
Guys, Robespierre, Team Robespierre. They were a punk band from NYC. But what was it with that era where people were just doing Hillary Chilton type Peter Pants freaking, that was a whole genre. I think
Yes.
should we bring it
Polka
back?
Haunted. Shout out.
Pocahontas.
Wait, what?
Truman Peyote.
That Pocahontas was that beach girl, like the duo, Bob Bruno, and it was like a duo. What's her name?
You're
Never
not
heard
ringing
of
any
them.
bells. We gotta call Leon.
Yeah, call Leon on that one. whatever her name is.
Don't Google it. Call Leon.
Not looking this up at all, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cutesy band name thing, I think, has lived its life. It's over. It was short lived. I'm glad, because like the ironic, like funny, goofy band name thing is like, after the fourth time you hear it, you're like, okay, I'm sick of this.
Yeah. I have no Chilton.
Yeah.
But that leaves Ed as our winner. And guys, I'm going to give him the extra point. Whoa! Damn.
You deserve it.
Completely destroyed you guys.
Yeah.
Good job, Ed.
For you. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really trying over here.
I mean, being a super fan really works out in the quiz area, but let's take a quick break.
Wait, can
I can't believe you recorded that to be received by a crowd. You trip me up because you're skippable. I skip you now.
All right, we're back. Great break. Now we're getting to the very serious part of the episode. This is the Skippy Awards. This is something we give out to all of the bands that we do. These are notable songs. Not all of them are good. Not all of them are bad. But we are finding the most skippable at the end of this. Before we can get there, we always start with the Elizabeth Fraser Award. Number one with a bullet. This goes out to a song that is unintelligible in how Chris is saying the line. I think we got ourselves a contender.
Yeah, man. The Elizabeth Fraser / Chris, whatever his name is, Chris Stewart Award. There wasn't hardly a single song. Well, that's not true. It was really hard to understand a lot of his songs, though.
Extremely hard. It's even like, it's kind of interesting. I was on Genius Lyrics. They don't have A to Z. A to Z does not cover Black Marble. So I was on Genius. And there was a lot of times when I was going through the lyrics and there'd be question marks over the word. And then at the very end of one of them, like the poster was like, I'm trying my best. Sorry, Chris. So it's like, even the people that are like tasked to figure out what he's saying, they don't know. And they're getting paid to do this.
I was going to save this for the Human or Dancer Award, but he did say in an interview that he's never released lyrics and that everything on Genius comes from third party. So he has no way of like actually seeing how accurate they are.
That makes sense.
Geniuses, I think not.
No, no, they're wrong a lot of times. I mean, like maybe just because like I hear it one way and maybe it's not. I mean, it's mysterious.
His own music. He's like gatekeeping his lyrics.
Yeah.
They are emotional. You know, he doesn't want to say them.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
You know how many like people might need to hear those lyrics? You know, what if they need to just like have some knowledge and like wisdom in their lives? You know, just, I don't know. And now they don't know. You know,
they don't get to know.
They don't get to know. They're not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know about Charlie Spacer Woman. You can't. I think that's my lyrics.
I think that's the point. Like I remember asking him one time at the Cash Bar in San Diego.
Nice.
Like, hey, what's the deal with your lyrics? And he just told me they're open to interpretation, like whatever you want them to be. Well, he doesn't even know what they're about.
Yeah, AKA I don't try hard and I don't know what to tell you, kid. Sorry. You know, like, I don't know, man. I just like the way the words sound. That's kind of how it feels.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't, I don't know. Like, I read the lyrics and, I mean, the third party thing kind of puts like a wrench in the whole thing because now you're thinking like, I'm just reading an interpretation of what he said. But even then, like, it's gobbledygook. It doesn't mean anything. Like half of it's just like I'm looking at the street light. I'm on the hill looking at my house. Like
feel all right at the street light.
Very simple shit. But okay, let's get into the Elizabeth Fraser Award. Sarah, let's have you go first. Guest host goes first.
All right. I picked It's Conditional and the timestamp's at 108. And there was a lot to pick from, but this is one where I literally just And now that we talked about all that, maybe he is saying what I thought he said. So I don't know. We'll never know.
What did you think he said?
Well, he says in your painted room, or Lyman red in your painted room, according to whatever lyrics thing that I was looking at. And then I thought it sounded like lying in bed. So Lyman red, lying in bed. I don't know. That's how I heard it.
He very well could have just been lying in bed, saying lying in bed, lying in bed, lying in bed.
He has that kind of like drawl, where he's just kind of like, kind of says things weird-ish on purpose, I think. Actually, like, not looking at the lyrics, like, it sounded even less like coherent than
Yeah.
So, like, when I'm looking at the lyrics, like, then I'm like, okay, that's totally what they're saying, but I don't know what I would have been singing if I just heard it and didn't look at the lyrics. Like, I probably would have made up some weird shit.
No, totally. Ed, I mean, since you've like been to more than one show, do they have people in the crowd sing along?
Dude, yeah, question. All the time. It surprised me. It's like,
what do they say?
It's like, I don't know. They're singing with the song.
Maybe it's like a reflection of your inner self. Like whatever you hear in the lyrics, it's like it's supposed to be like a spiritual self-searching experience.
Like spitting out truth. Yeah. I hate my dad.
Yeah.
He's like, here's my dad for this next one.
Yeah.
And it's not Lyman red, it's like love my dad, actually.
Dang. Okay, what's your that's a good one though, Sarah, for sure. What about you, Ed? What's your Elizabeth Fraser award?
Oh, first of all, this entire album.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Arrangement, the whole thing. You don't know what the fuck they're saying at all.
Mm-mm.
So my award goes to Safe Minds and timestamp, I guess 1:11. Like I have no idea what he's saying at all in that song. Not even an interpretation, just more like a melody, really.
Does it still bother you to this day that you can't figure it out?
Until
or
this
have
day.
You just accepted it?
Nah, I accepted it. It made me realize that as a musician or like writing melodies for vocal parts, you don't have to try that hard. You just
you really don't
bullshit it most part
until you become a subject of the skippables.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
you're getting dragged. Sweetie.
Then we shine a light on their lyrics, and we shine a light on how hard they try. And come to find out, not a lot of people are trying that hard when it comes to writing their lyrics.
Yeah, Mr. Kiedis.
Yeah. Ring a ding dang a ding. All right, let's do a little bit of this is Safe Minds. Here we go. No clue.
Important.
Yeah.
Sounds important though.
Yeah. Dire.
Like,
he's like, please.
What does it mean?
The mystery of it all. I didn't realize that he didn't release his like lyrics as as a thing. So like it is more interesting that way. Because before when I was listening, I was like, this is bullshit. He's just saying whatever. And these lyrics are stupid. But now it's like, well, maybe I'm just dumb.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it is.
He doesn't want to blow your mind. He doesn't feel like humanity's ready or something.
Yeah.
What's he hiding in these lyrics,
I mean, he does say Saturn or something, I'm not
true.
I was going to say, I'm going to take it one step further and say maybe it's like an extraterrestrial language because it's about Saturn. And then there's that song where he says diner in space. So have you ever been to a diner in space? I haven't.
No, I have not.
I want to, though.
Gotta ask
The
Douglas
pancakes,
Adams,
I'm sure, are out of this world.
possible.
My God, Josh. That's so corny. You got to go next for that one, dude. What's
All
your
right,
Luther
I'll
Frazier?
go
Doug?
next, guys. I'm going with our old pal Miko's jam, Private Show. And we've totally established early on, I'm glad that we're talking about it off the bat, that it's very incomprehensible and hard to understand what he's talking about. So I took a swing at it, guys. At 119, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to write genius about this one, because I think he says everybody knows the only way to go is to sell pomade at shows. I think this guy is a pomade salesman. That's 119.
Everybody knows the only way to go is to set a private show. Everybody lies and stay together.
He was selling that pomade, dude. I think so. What do you guys
I
think?
didn't hear pomade in there.
I don't know. I don't
I didn't
know if
hear
I heard.
anything.
I heard
Well,
everybody
okay.
knows.
Everybody knows the only way to go is what? To sell what at shows? He says shows at the end, no matter what.
Okay, you want to
Yeah,
do that one more? Let's do this one more time.
Throw it
'cause
again.
I had a hard time hearing that one. Let's see.
Everybody knows the only way to go is to set a private show.
I don't know what the fuck he says there, dude.
What's he doing at shows?
I don't even know how you got pomade, honestly.
to set. I don't know. Well, what do you hear, Ed? Because that.
Yeah,
That's
you throw
incomprehensible.
you run a venue. What is the way?
Do they sell pomade
you're
at
saying
your show?
Everybody knows the only way to go is to have a private show. That's
Is to have a private show.
Oh my gosh,
It's the name of the track.
That's the name of the track.
That's what they want you to think. That's what he's
Yeah.
trying to
Too
get
easy,
you to
Ed.
think.
Too easy. Nice try.
You got to think outside the bun. Here,
That's good, dude.
right? Can we
Oh,
move on?
man.
Yeah. Okay. My award is.
I've got some egg on my face. My bad.
Yeah. Also, the first album, didn't realize how incomprehensible it was, but yeah, mine is a different arrangement. For sure, Alibi and Crime.
Mhm,
And then
I heard the crime.
Time.
At the beginning, I thought he said something about a crack in a railroad track. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Crack-
heard that for
Crack in
sure.
a railroad tie? I don't know what
Track.
that means at all.
If you
So-
can't do the crime, don't do the time.
Somebody is doing, disassembling railroad tracks over here. And I just don't understand. Like, I think I understand now. I finally get it. We're not meant to understand Black Marble. Black Marble is supposed to be just like a mysterious, like not spooky, but just like that's not what this is about at all, right? Like it's more like you said, it's a vibe, it's a feeling. Lyrics, you can throw them out the window. They mean nothing to this band.
It's kind of like that one spooky show, Black Mirror.
Yes,
You know?
yes,
It's the same sort of
Oh.
deal.
yeah.
On a side note, guys,
Think he's a fan?
behind this album, he posted all the lyrics for Immaterial. Just let you know.
Oh, okay. So that
my
one's out.
God. Yeah,
They're
the
all-
secret's out, dude. He's lying in interviews, then, is what he's doing.
He is lying.
He's out there spreading lies.
Full
He's
creative control, so you can't
wants to
blame
be
the record.
The creative
label.
control includes the online genius people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Do you have all of their albums, Ed?
Yeah, I do.
Whoa.
Do they all have the lyrics on the back?
No, only one of them does.
He's showing all of
No.
them to the listeners. Everyone, he's showing.
yeah,
They're all
we
they're all
see it.
vinyls. I'm a Black Marble nerd. I don't know what to tell you guys. Yeah,
I get
Only,
it. I get it. That's cool.
Only Immaterial has it, which is the only album he released on Ghostly International, by the way. Which is such a like player move, like releasing an album on like a brand label rather than an actual music label.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay,
That was in the contract because they have to list the ingredients and stuff.
Right, of
you
course.
They have to list the
Yeah.
lyrics. It's what goes into the song, right?
That was a clause he did assign. All right, we're getting next into our top bops. This is our favorite song that you heard while listening to their discography. Number one in your heart. This is something, a song you can't get out of your head. And we'll go with you, Ed, first. What is your top bop?
I don't have a timestamp, but it's Frisk for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that one just like the lyrics too. While I'm reading the lyrics, it like captures like being young and nostalgic, running around, doing some stuff, and adolescence, youth, and letting your hormones run wild. So pretty.
He's a very nostalgic guy. Is what
nostalgic.
I've gathered from him.
Yeah, he is. A little bit of the Ataris in there somewhere,
Oh my God, there's some crossover.
Yeah, just like maybe a different suburb that they lived in or something, All right, so let's do a little bit of Frisk.
Solid track.
Yeah, very solid. He does some singing, a little singing in there, which is always good.
Yeah, honestly.
Doesn't do it often, but when he does, it's cute.
I do feel like that song stands out a little bit compared to his other ones. Like he's getting a little bit mellifluous with it. He's
Ooh, nice words.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Just trying to like harmonize. It sounds like he's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Were you like exposed to this song early on? Like, was this like one you're like, oh man, this Black Marble is blowing me away right now? Or is this kind of something you found later on?
Oh no, I actually lucked out because I caught when I got into Black Marble, it was right when he released this album. And so I got to see him at the Echo in LA and they played this song and I was like, damn man, that's a banger song.
Yeah.
And I bought the vinyl from him then. So
yeah, I feel like unfortunately, like part of this Black Marble experience is I feel like I've missed the train a little bit. Like this, I can tell, like I there's totally some bangers in here, but I'm just like at this point where I'm asking myself, like, how much of it am I going to like go back to exactly? And I feel like if I was into a different arrangement in 2012 or something, or like when the earlier albums dropped, I'd be like super hyped.
Yeah, definitely you missed it, dude. Sorry. Snooze and lose, Josh.
I mean, I'm not losing any sleep over it, I'll say, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to snoozing on this one.
Yeah,
Press
sorry,
the snooze
Sarah.
button on that one. I mean, it's good for sure. And there are songs that have made it like gone from my skippables playlist to my actual playlist. Like I said, there's some bangers, but like, yeah, I wish I found this like when I was like 18 or something,
Right.
I'd be rich.
Be a millionaire. Well, so what's your top bop, Josh?
My top bop, MSQ No Extra. It was actually my playlist that Ed found back
Oh my God, yeah. The Drive playlist.
Nah, but yeah, I just really like this one. 110. Gotta love that quick little roll on the snare.
it's such a great song too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Yeah. Very good. Good song. Good album. First album.
Yeah.
Fucking banger.
Yeah, truly.
Straight up banger. Yeah, great song. My top bop is going off the next album, Iron Lung. This song is just catchy enough. It's poppier than what was on their album before. And I think that's what kind of like shook me out of it. I was like, oh, hey, like, look at that. Like a new approach in like a, you know, small like tonal shift, you know, because like their first album is a lot, I don't want to say darker, but like just like it just sounds like warmer, you know? And like I feel like in the second album, like the production is just like a little bit like cleaner or like just not as like obscured, you know?
He went from the tape to SD4 track.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a little more fidelity in it. There's just like a little bit more punch to like the synthesizers, and like it just seems more like upfront. And I don't know, like that's why I kind of like fuck with Immaterial, It's Immaterial a little bit more nowadays. Like definitely not at the time. Like I just like as far as like listening hours, for sure I've had like a different arrangement on more, but Iron Lung is a banger, really good song. So mine is at 125. Yeah, his vocals are still sound like he's like in a tin room, like underground, but the guitar sounds very present, sounds very clear. It's very driving. I like the four like do 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 like kind of like bass drum kick that they hit like every like other beat. It's a good like drivey like kind of dancier song, and just kind of sticks out among the rest of like the discography, at least to me. But I can't say that there's not like they don't have good songs. They got killer tracks. So what's your top op, Sarah?
Well, first on your song, I think that the Iron Lung song, like more than the sound, I really like the idea of like him calling somebody an iron lung. I think that's like a really interesting like thing way to refer to somebody that maybe you were in a relationship, because it's like it's keeping you alive, but it's like restricting you. Like you can't move, you can't like get out of it, but like it's like your life force, you know? So I thought that was cool. But
some good writing on Chris's side.
Yeah. I mean, if that's even what he's saying. But
yeah.
Well, actually, I think Ed can tell us. My top bop was A Great Design. And honestly, just at the 20-second mark, I just think it sounds like really pretty, but also it's kind of got like a spiritual, like ethereal feel to it. So I like the title, A Great Design. It kind of makes me think of like grand design, which is like a religious type of reference. And since I grew up in like a really like religious, like, you know, background and stuff like that, I like moved away from that. Like I like any kind of music that like goes into like challenging like thoughts on religion and, you know, anything that kind of like challenges God. So that's why I liked that one. Plus it sounds like really nice. So
all right, let's check it out.
And then, like, you know, the intro's so long, but there's a part where supposedly he says monochrome, it's a Saturn world. And like, I'm trying to write poetry and stuff right now. So I just thought that was like a really nice, you know, like a nice little line. And yeah, I just think it's pretty. I can imagine like driving down around the beach, listening to that song, like around sunset, or, you know, I feel like it could be in a movie too.
This is a total Drive. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, this is total driving music, 100%. You're going for a vacation.
Your life's about to change.
Oh yeah, it's a makes me feel ready for tomorrow, dude.
It's a very nostalgic sound, you know?
Yeah, melancholy.
Very melancholy. Emotionally, I think he's able to like do things with music that is like it's genuine, you know? Like he's able to kind of like paint with music like this like very like soothing, like moody feeling that like spans through most of his discography.
Yeah.
But I don't
whether or not to his detriment every now and again.
Exactly. I was gonna say,
you know, like the vibe stays consistent, you know?
Yes.
And I feel like I didn't realize how much time was between every album until I started doing research after I had listened to the discography. And I find this often with the pod where we're like, imagine I heard this again like 2012 and I was like, man, that album was really awesome. I can't wait for the next one. And then it comes out and I'm like, oh man, this is more of what I love. This is awesome. But now that they're all out and I've never heard them before and I listen to it all now, I'm like, oh man, it's kind of
like one long song.
Yeah, exactly. One long
song. I really feel like and this isn't even meant to be offensive, but if you're like somebody who's not like really comfortable with change or you don't like change, like I feel like Black Marble is a really good band to listen to because their change is like so incremental, you know? It's like the like very slowly like changing, not even like the sound necessarily, but just like the energy, I guess, becomes like I feel like increasingly more upbeat. But he still like sounds like Black Marble. Like I don't know if that's
totally
because the last album, Fast Idol, definitely sounds a lot different than his other stuff. But like it's that vibe again. He presses the all caps.
Yeah, and the keyboards that he's using are probably the same. You know, that's probably another thing. And like the way that he records,
got that Juno popping.
So, okay, that's all of our top bops, right? Let's go now into the Morrissey Award. This is a challenging one. This is the band's worst political or social take that they ever did in their, you know, music, playing, interviews, you know, anything you want to do. But the hardest part that I think I had personally was that, like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying at all. So, like, how can I, you know, say that he said anything bad, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So does anybody have like a really strong Morrissey Award they want to give out?
I don't know how he meant it or if this is even what he said, but I do have one.
Okay.
It took a little bit of digging. It's called Call.
Call.
The song is Call. I'm like,
all right.
I don't know. Like, Ed, don't hate me. This is how I took it. So the lyrics, you can play it. It's a 59, but the lyrics that I read and what, like when I was listening to it, it sounds like that's what he's saying. It says, just call. I know the answer. Just call. I know a lot. Call. I'll tell you something you like. And then he says, I'm the nation's only sentry man. And like, I don't know how, I'm sure he meant it really deep, but like, who's like, call, I know the answer. Like, I know a lot. And I'll tell you something you like.
All right.
And he's like, I'm the nation's only sentry man. Like, I'm the only one keeping watch. Like, it just sounds like so like full of himself. So I don't know. And then based off of what Ed said, it does sound like he's a little full of himself. So maybe that's how he meant it. I don't know. And Morrissey's like very known for being like full of himself. So
all right, let's do a little Call.
Dang, the entire century we only got one.
Yeah,
I feel safe because I know that he's keeping watch, I guess.
Yeah. sleep
like,
well
actually,
tonight.
Thank you. I'm like, should I be praying to him instead of
Dang, you know, I'm glad you found it. You found the problematic, you know, he's not the only person standing up for this country, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Where were you on the 6th, Chris?
Yeah.
Hopefully at home
Yeah,
with the real
dude.
patriots.
Or he was with Ariel and John Mouse, dude.
No,
Say that.
no. They were peacefully supporting.
Yeah.
Okay?
We were just observing as journalists. Damn. Okay. So that was a good one. Okay. Ed, do you have a Morrissey award? I know you kind of mentioned that this was a difficult, pick you had.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I remember, well, from my experience, like doing research on it or learning about him, he tries his hardest to like not offend anyone. Like he takes the neutral approach about things. Even on his social media presence, he doesn't really talk about stuff. I mean, the only controversial thing he ever did online was just rip on Bernie Sanders for free healthcare, just about that. So you could take it the way you want to take it, but
yikes.
He tries.
So I'll take it.
Yeah.
But it also showed him like protesting at the whole Black Lives Matter BLM protest in LA. Like he was a part of that as well.
I read in an interview that he's very, very into politics, but he he's very quiet about it. He's like, I'm reading multiple newspapers a day, like I'm very up to date, but
Amy Klobuchar,
like you said, he's like very neutral.
Private Show actually, he said that Private Show, that music video he recorded at a Trump rally. Because
there's all the people like with the hats over their hearts and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like I think he did it in a sense like he was like he was kind of like making fun of them in a way. Like, look at these group of people just living together as like, where are they all living for? Yeah,
the Andrew Callahan approach.
I guess Private Show will probably be my take on that one, because he says everyone lies to stay together, and he says that everyone's just like hiding from the truth and also showing Trump supporters at the same time. So he's implying something there.
Well, then even like him saying that, but then like being vague about his political views, and also being vague, like not being willing to put his truth out there for other people to hear. Like, I feel like, if that's what he's saying in his song, you can't call on other people to be honest, but not be honest yourself. You can't connect that way,
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. True. Hell yeah.
And also during the Civil War.
Yeah, like I think like his penchant for not wanting to offend people just like makes him boring.
Yeah.
Like, that's a boring take to be like, yeah, I don't want to, gray eyeliner, no black, no white. I'll be
gray eyeliner.
Gray eyeliner.
Oh man, dude, catch him at Club Dominion. Dang.
Do you have I mean, let's see. I don't have one. I switched this one out. This is going to be okay. So let's do the auxiliary awards right here, right now. What's your award, Josh?
My award, instead of a Morrissey award, is the Black Marble Bite-Sized Award for really slapping in small doses. I found myself throughout the discography, like I said, I binged it. And when I would throw on one album, I'd be like, whoa, this is fucking awesome. And then like 15 minutes later, I'm like, all right, this is sounding a lot like more of the same. And there was points. Well, let's just get right to it. The song is Streetlight. I heard Streetlight while I was listening to the album, and I was like, whatever, like I don't even really know what to feel about this. And it almost got into skippable territory. But I took a break. I calmed down like I normally do, count down from 10.
Yeah.
And I re-listened to the song a couple of minutes later, and you know what? I really like the song Streetlight. So yeah, bite-sized portion, guys. Don't choke. Yeah, it sounds fun. It's like goofy. It's more goofy than his other songs, you know.
It's like a shuffle or something, you know?
I like
Yeah.
that little wind at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a band that you cannot binge. Like doctor's orders.
Oh yeah, no.
You cannot binge this band. Like, to do what we did is to ruin the band for you. And I think that, like, just a warning, like, please don't do what we did. Don't, like, in one day, I think maximum 2 albums. Like, truly, like
one
hard
album.
max. Okay, yeah, 1 album max. Because it's
I-
like, go ahead.
I really
Sarah.
struggled. I like change. Like I get bored really easily just in all aspects of my life. So like it became like really frustrating for me when we were listening and like I would play the song and I'm like, okay, this sounds good, but I feel like it sounds like the song that I just heard, or it just sounds very similar. And then I'd skip and then it's the same thing. And then I'd skip and then it's like, it was really like I'm not getting that relief or that like new like exciting feeling that I don't know. I already skip even music that I like on my own playlist because I can't listen to like a whole song. So I was like really struggling with it, but it's all good. It's just got to take it in like baby steps, like bite size, like you're saying.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Ed? Do you think, like, would you recommend a new listener to like just binge all 4 albums at once, or
Nah, you get bored real fast.
right? Okay, even from the super fan, everybody. Okay, so it's not just us. I'm glad you can agree to that, Ed, because it's a tough, like, if you're just sitting down and making yourself listen to Black Marble, like it can be a little hard.
But for sure, Immaterial, if you want to get into it, that's the album to get into.
Agreed. Agreed.
Ed, can you remind me how many you said which album was coming out when you first got into them?
Oh, Immaterial.
It's Immaterial.
Oh, okay. So then you saw
Immaterial.
You
that's
saw
the one.
The 2 other more, or the 2 other albums afterwards come out.
Yeah.
When those came out, were you like, oh, dude, yes, like fucking
dude,
Chris did it again?
Dude, I was hyped. Look, this is the most shittiest story ever. Like, it's so funny too because I was like, we were all hyped up on like this album, and when Bigger Than Life was coming out, we we're all like, oh man, more Black Marble, we're gonna get into it, yeah. And then when they released it, we went to go see him play, and we're hoping that he was going to play Iron Lung, the bangers, Great Design. Mm-hmm. So he plays his whole set list was songs from Bigger Than Life. Like so none of the audience knew what the hell he was playing. So he was playing new songs, and they're just like, what the fuck's going on? Like, we don't know these songs. And it was just like, it was so bad. And me and my other bandmates and a Mannequin, we always joke about it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna pull Black Marble tonight, play songs that no one knows. But when Bigger Than Life came out, like, we're just like, dude, I don't like this album. Like, it's not sad. It's more poppy, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yeah,
true.
Like, I can see though, like, as things would come out after I already knew about them, I would feel that it's more palatable, instead of binging. Because binging, I was like, oh man, I think it was Bigger Than Life where I had heard the whole album, and then when I heard it again later in later listens, I was like, I don't think I've heard this, and I looked and I was like, oh wait, I've heard this whole album already. So
it gets that way, dude. It's tough, man.
It'd be like that.
The sameness of it all. But yeah, okay. My substitute award is going to be a Faking the Funk award.
Whoa.
So this is Royal Walls.
Very Madonna.
Madonna, yes, exactly, dude. I mean, he pulls it off. It does sound like it could like be from that era, like I think his use of the synthesizers and like whatever he's using is original sounding. It sounds good. I just, like from the first album to that song, it's a big leap,
Yeah.
This sounds like he's trying to do like a disco, like dance track kind of thing. And I mean, it's okay. I like the song, but definitely I kind of like had to stop myself and be like, wait, what? Like, why? Like, why did he do a song like this? Like, this sounds like just like kind of cheesy. Like he's trying something else out. He's like, oh, let me like I like the way that like 1980s like like synth sequencer kind of thing sounded, but like not post punk anymore. He's getting more into like the dance side of things, and I don't know.
You just feel like his vibe doesn't
match.
You don't want to dance to Black Marble. You want to sway.
No, exactly.
He's allowed to be happy, Gio. He can be happy. Okay.
Right. He's allowed to be happy.
Don't take that from him.
So that's all of our Morrissey Awards and Auxiliary Awards. Let's go now into the next one, the Are We Human or Are We Dancer Award. This is incomprehensible lyrics. This is what he's saying. And of course, now that we know that, like, I think there's only one album where we for sure know what he's saying. Let's just see what we got as interpretations for this. So who wants to go first with the Are We Human or Are We Dancer Award?
I'll go first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
Oh, okay. My pick is Feels.
Yes.
Timestamp 125, just because man, the terrible lyrics is like, I used to have a radio show. Like, I know there's got to be more meaning to it, but man, it's such plain lyrics to use. I used to have a radio show.
Yeah.
But not a lot of time though. It's like terrible.
15-minute radio show? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do a little bit of that. Here we go.
I used to have a radio show with not a lot of time though.
To the point.
Straight to the point.
Not a lot of time though. I mean, the question is, like, how many songs does he get to play? Like 2 songs, and they're like, all right, get the fuck out. You're off the waves.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you look at a 2-song playlist.
Used to.
Yeah. Dang, interesting. I mean, I wonder, like, was he like a shock jock kind of, like Christopher in the morning, Chris and the Frog. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have trouble hearing what he was saying, so maybe I like misunderstood the award. I thought maybe, like, how in the actual Killer song it's like, are we humans or are we denser, or is it dancer? So I was like thinking that it's like something that we didn't, or something that just sounded like kind of goofy or just like out of this world, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
So what's your Are We Human or Are We Dancer award then, Sarah?
Oh, I did Missing Sibling. Because I don't know, like the lyrics are just like kind of like abstract sounding a little bit. So he's like talking about like being in a diner in space and like not remembering things, and then like the title is called Missing Sibling. So I was like really hesitant about even picking it. I was like, did his sibling get lost? Or like, I was just like, I don't want to say something on air, but I couldn't find anything. So that just makes it like more obscure. And my timestamp is at 38 seconds.
It's easy to forget your place. I might be the last known survivor. In a diner they shot into space. Painting every mountain I sketched out.
The diner in space thing. They shot a diner into space.
Yeah.
Scientists got together. NASA.
They didn't build it up there. They shot it.
Full of people.
There's an Arctic Monkeys song called like 2 stars out of 5. I don't know. Sorry to any Arctic Monkeys fans, but it's like about a hotel in space.
Don't
I'm
apologize.
like, I wonder if they're like on the same planet. The diners like hotel. All these like musicians just like go to space and hang out without all of us.
Dude, Lance Bass is trying, bro.
Damn.
They tried to get Lance to go up to space, and he's too afraid to do it. All right, so I'll go next with the RB Human RB Dancer Award. So mine goes out to a song that I called out earlier, Grey Eyeliner. Okay, I looked up the lyrics. Grey Eyeliner's a person in the song.
Oh,
That's a name of a person it's a character.
That's how he refers to her. 'Cause he
Yeah,
doesn't know her
exactly.
name. Or
so
their name, I
he
guess.
was watching someone who had gray eyeliner and just named them like
Right,
as
yeah.
what he called. I called it like I sees it.
Your Grey Eyeliner, yeah.
Gray eyeliner, what's up?
So Grey Eyeliner, it's like, okay, so here's the lyrics that I wanted to call out. Grey Eyeliner, right, knows to speak without thinking. It's not a fine line, you're stuck on the wrong side. Careless idle, carries water for drinking. About 9, each time she misses my pour, I want to know more. Grey Eyeliner. Like, truly the kind of lyrics that like you write after eating like 2 or 3 melatonins and like waking up from a nightmare type shit, you know?
Gray eyeliner.
Yeah. Yeah, you wake up Grey Eyeliner. You wake up in the morning, you're like, why did I write that down? And then you write like in parentheses, she. And you're like, that they don't make sense at all. But
Well, maybe she's like, maybe the person's like a waitress, like pour, coffee, and she's been working all night. And so her eyeliner's like faded and gray. Maybe something like that.
maybe.
Maybe.
Being very generous, Sarah. Thank you. I appreciate you really trying to find the meaning here. I don't think there's any meaning to be found.
That's harsh. I'm sure there's some meaning.
I mean, maybe he liked, a girl with gray eyeliner could very well be a waiter at like a Norm's or something.
Or it could just be somebody who has bad taste in eyeliner colors.
Yeah.
I would not pick the gray eyeliner.
Yeah.
I am
Not very
wondering,
bold.
gray. Is he getting confused with smoky eye? Like he doesn't know
Right.
the difference? Yeah.
Smoky eyeliner.
Yeah, dang.
I don't know. Let's do a little bit of gray liner though. Here we go.
I can see it in your face. Can't decide. Gray eyeliner knows they speak without thinking. It's not a fine line if you're stuck on the wrong side. Careless eyeliner carries water for drinking. About 9 each time she passes my door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good song. Like it sounds cool and like just, it's just another instrument. The lyrics don't matter. He's just saying shit because he needs to like sing, something. But like I just don't think he's putting in that much thought. Other than I think a couple songs which I think Sarah has like been able to pick out and like find there's some like real writing going on. I mean, I can't imagine that's for most of it. I really think that like he is picking a couple songs to write per album, and then a lot of it's just like, all right, I have like a journal full of shit that like kind of sound good together. Like
It's like a Frankenstein of like a whole bunch of little notes that he's like written down
Post-its,
over
yeah.
the years. Yeah.
something like that. I don't know. He's an interesting songwriter, and I think the fact that he doesn't let out his other lyrics other than that one makes it so that makes me think that like he really is afraid to tell people what he's saying because like it is not that deep,
Yeah, I saw when Fast Idol was coming out, he said that his whole approach was to not make something that he wanted, but rather make something that he feels the audience deserved in that time. I think it came out 2021, so it was like right coming out of the pandemic, and he was like, everything is so depressing right now. I want to make like happier, funner music. But to me, that shows again that he doesn't want to be without his walls and his barriers, like he's going to present a mask and not be 100% transparent.
Yeah.
It's how it
And
feels,
I feel like as a fan, like you kind of like you find solace like knowing that the musicians that you admire kind of can feel the same human emotions that you can too. So it's like we're coming out of the pandemic and then he writes this like poppy album, but all the fans are maybe thinking like, oh man, we're gonna have like more music that reflects how we were all feeling, you know. So it could be either way, you know, because I like when I listen to a song and it's like sad, but I'm like, oh my god, somebody else feels like that too, you know. So
totally. Yeah.
You know, and if he was sad, it would have been cool if he did like, you know, make an album that reflected how he was actually feeling during the time too.
Yeah, another Bo Burnham's Inside type of album. All right, so is that all of our Are We Human, Are We Dancer?
I have one.
You have one, right? Okay.
It's a callback to a song we already mentioned. It's Conditional, and I just thought I've got it at 3 minutes. I almost said 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock a.m. 3 minutes. It's just that lying in bed, sing your favorite tune, put a dime in the water. Your telepathic stereo knows your feelings. To be a model daughter. Under the snow, hide the thing you like. You put a dime in the water. Tell me how the waking world is a waste of time to be a model daughter. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of meaning. I'm sure he like has his connotations to all these words, but like as the reader, as the listener, it is kind of like, all right.
Yeah,
sure.
like okay, sure, man.
Put
sure,
the dime
dude.
in the water. Okay. We're at a wishing well or something. Maybe?
Yeah. That was good. I like the song.
Yeah, he nails his vibe, dude. When he's on, he's on.
But yeah, I mean, not the best lyricist. Maybe in the future when things become more clear, you know, when he releases the tapes or, you know, all the files,
yeah,
we'll get the answer. But I mean, until then, I think it's open to interpretation, and that's for the positive and for the negative, right? You can interpret genius lyrics, or you can interpret that he is doing the bare minimum.
I am tripping out still that this full, like, maybe I should check the date of the interview, but in the interview I read said that he has not released any lyrics, but that they're on genius.com and that it's all open to interpretation and he doesn't know how accurate it is.
Well,
until Ed shows that he released all of his fucking lyrics.
He's a
liar.
What is that? And
he
now
wants to be edgy.
Reddit
maybe they hadn't been released.
Right.
Yeah.
He waited a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, maybe he just is a stoner and he just forgot, you know.
I did read that he does like the ganj. He smokes on the ganj.
Nice, dude.
That makes sense.
That fool puffs the magic dragon, dude. What?
I was like, I'm never skipping again.
Yeah. Got a listener for life, bro.
Holy shit. I went and bought a Black Marble shirt and everything immediately.
Yeah, okay, so that's all of our Are We Human, Are We Dancer awards. Let's go next to the Hidden Gems. This is a song that you discovered or rediscovered during your listen, like number 2 in your heart, a song that you really like, that you know, like are going to put on your next playlist type thing. Number 2 could also be the number 1 hit, right? There's some songs that are for sure like really popular that I don't think we've touched on yet. But let's go with Sarah first. What is your hidden gem?
It's called Unrelated, and I liked it because it was just instrumental. So like when and he has a few of those, but this is the one that I liked the most. It sounded kind of like eerie and kind of like more organic than some of his other stuff. So it just kind of like sounds like X-Files or something. I don't know. Like kind of
totally.
I'm like, this is very like sci-fi. I'm gonna be on a spaceship or something's about to happen. So I just thought it was like pretty like refreshing to hear something like that. And you know, as we're saying, like nobody really knows what he's saying anyways, supposedly, but or maybe we just don't get it or we're not reading the right lyrics. But I just thought that it was cool that I didn't have to try and figure anything out. Like it was just the instrumental.
Oh wow.
So,
Totally.
I liked it.
All right, what about you, Ed? What's your hidden gem?
Is it okay to say songs that we played already?
Absolutely.
Call. Once
Whoa.
Call.
Yeah.
Ed, that's my hidden gem as well.
Is it really?
Whoa. Holy smokes. Yeah.
Sorry, I called him pretentious.
How dare you, sir?
It'll be good and pretentious. You can be both.
Yeah.
No, I hated that album, everything about it. But that song, like, it's just so like it's so simple. It reminds me of Cigarettes After Sex, how simple the music is, but it stays with you. And then I was getting into it, I realized it's a breakup song. There's a lyric on here on timestamp on 30. It goes, how long did we think that way? How long till we finally say it makes me tired just to think it all the time? Which is kind of like, you both know it's kind of like the ends of a relationship. Like you just over it, like just
you can tell both parties are feeling it.
Yeah, just burnt out and shit like that.
How long till we finally say it makes me tired just thinking all the time? Just call.
Yeah, dude. And again, like since I'm new to Black Marble, I didn't know exactly if it was a hidden gem or if it was like a fan favorite or something. So I feel rest assured because Ed also said it was a hidden gem. All right. It was definitely hidden. I knew it was hidden.
Absolutely. Damn, good track. Mine is my hidden gem is Bodies. I think it's off of their last record, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right. Let me make sure.
Yeah,
of that.
Fast Idols.
Yeah, okay. Fast Idol, I didn't really enjoy the album totally. I feel like it was kind of a forgettable record, but there were a couple songs off of it, like the one that I gave the Fake and the Funk Award, the Royal Walls, and then now this one. I don't know, Bodies, I just kind of enjoyed it. Here we go.
Only if you get me by your side in your glass teeth when you're walking out, you're just walking into breeze. Bodies on the ground. Now it's time to let you down.
Yeah, the guitar, the keyboards, like the high, like bang, dang, wang, like just really nice sounding. Another driving like beat, and yeah, like he's singing. He's cute when he sings. He really has to like lean into that more, I think.
Yeah.
Because he can, like he just has the fear of like his monotone sounding bad, but like I think there's genuine character in his singing voice. Like I think he can really like push that in his next record, and maybe it'll sound cool.
I wish there was at least a track or two where he belts out,
right? Where he takes off a little bit.
100%. Like he gets a little high. From what I remember in It's Immaterial, but like it never belts out, never goes for it, never gives us a "and I always love you."
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that's all of our hidden gems, right? Or yeah. Whoa. Okay. Next, we are now into the Kurt Cobain Repeat Offender Award. This goes out to the song that repeats a part ad nauseum too many times. Now, this could be something that you like, right? It repeats so many times that it kind of goes into like so many times it's good, right?
Like
or it could be so many times that it's bad. That's the kind of two ways you can read this award. So, Josh, you want to go first?
Yeah, mine is Portland U at 50 seconds.
Portland U. Okay.
I know his like whole vibe and sound is like very repetitive, very like I don't know if he's using a looper or just like playing the whole thing, but like just kind of I'm not gonna lie, that track was kind of driving me a little crazy with that. And I don't know why specifically that one, because I'm like, isn't this the Black Marble thing?
Isn't that
like,
most of it? Yeah.
Yeah, But when I was going through, I was just like, I don't know. And it sounds like The Cure or something like that. So like in that moment when I'm like, okay, this is too much, and I'd rather kind of put on The Cure at this point.
Right.
Know?
That's kind of the whole thing with Black Marble is like when I was listening to them, like the whole time I was thinking, oh, they kind of sound like this band, or oh, they kind of sound like this, like it wasn't like something I felt like I'd never heard necessarily. And then they're so consistent that it's like, it's just a lot of sameness,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the world is good on the post-punk new wave thing. I think we're done. Don't need any more. I think it's over. We got what we needed, It's just like, yeah, like you can only do it so much. Like how many fucking versions of this same song are they going to make? Are other bands going to make? Or, like the entire genre is just a fucking house of cards, dude.
Yeah, I'm ready to sell all my synthesizers.
Right?
I'm done with it.
Get some G's, get some
Dude.
hands.
So what is your Kurt Cobain Repeat Offender Award, Ed?
Oh, mine's is balancing, timestamp 20 seconds in. I like this song. Is kind of funny because it really captures how not an experienced musician he is. Like it says in interviews, he said it before, like he has no idea what he's doing. That's why he picked up synthesizers, because you don't need musical talent to like make a synthesizer one note sound pretty. So the whole song just kind of like has the same lyrics repeating itself over and over again. And then it's only like a 2-chord punk song with like, it's really plain, really simple, except the synthesizer to make it sound interesting.
Balancing.
And he repeats that same phrase over and over again.
Yeah.
And going back to what you just said, Sarah, like this is very Joy Division to me. We're fresh off of the like listening for the pod, the like genesis of post-punk, with Joy Division. I'm like, I can hear it all the way up into this generation of music. Like it's, again, we can only take this so much far. Or,
yeah, exactly.
Only take it so far.
Yeah.
You can only take this so much far.
Sounding like a Black Marble lyric over here, dude.
Yeah, so much far.
Wow.
I mean, I like 2-chord songs. Like I like that, it's not a long 5-minute track. It's right up my alley. It's a cool song, but yeah, the repetitive balancing thing just kind of does lean off of like he's an amateur. He's just kind of fucking around. This is an EP. So he's not really given that much like thought to it. And I think for a simple song, you don't really need complex lyrics. I think that's fine. I think that's a fine song.
Which pisses me off because son of a bitch did it. He pulled it off,
Yeah.
Yeah, fucker.
He did it.
I wonder if he's rich. I know Sarah,
I can imagine
and I were talking about this off pod, but yeah, I wonder if he grew up a little privileged.
I mean, to have synthesizers, they're not cheap. I tell you what, dude.
Yeah, if you got synths, all right, check yourself.
I actually asked him what he did for a living, by the way. And he told me, yeah, he does the whole advertising thing again. He like sets up websites for like fancy Fortune 400 companies and shit like that. He does the networking and for them and whole logistics crap.
He was the guy behind Just Do It for 9. Yeah.
No way.
He's like, just do it. Just press record.
Yeah.
Just do it.
He was the guy that did the milk on the mustache thing back in the day, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
know, Got
gosh.
Milk. That's
Yeah.
him.
But I
He's the
could
Mentos guy.
I could be wrong because I was drinking a lot back then.
Right.
Yeah, from what I was reading,
He told me he was Chris, but I don't know.
Yeah, right.
You never actually met him.
Yeah, I'm Chris. Sure, why not? You buying Bubba? Please, whatever.
I talked to the t-shirt salesman. He said he was the singer. All right. My Kurt Cobain Repeat Offender Award goes to Somewhere. Somewhere at 450. Now, this is a song that really does like repeat the verse and then the chorus and then the verse and then the chorus, and the outro is just like the chorus over and over again. So I think this was the most egregious, like lyrical repeat offender award for me. And I think like for a lot of the genre, I think it's fine to repeat like stanzas, like to take an entire like lyric and just kind of like copy paste. I think that's okay because like I don't think that's what the lyrics are for in this type of like music. But yeah, I just got to a point where I listened to this song like 2 or 3 times like throughout the listen, and near the end I was like, God damn it, like just cut it off, like just fucking stop the song at 2 minutes, like Jesus. I'm calling this at like 4 minutes and like 50 seconds. So like,
oh man,
it's a lot of the lyrics that are the exact same. So it's like it's unnecessary. And I think that self-editing is something that musicians need to start doing more. Having full creative control, that's great, but I think at this, for the sake of the listener, keep it short, go back to balancing and like find a good balance in between.
We know you better than yourself. All
Yeah.
right? Like let us, the fans, be in control.
Exactly.
Running around to get over all the wrong. I heard the song somewhere, but I don't recall any melodies. Running around to get over all the wrong. I heard the song somewhere, but I don't recall any melodies. Running around to get over all the wrong. I heard the song somewhere, but I don't recall any melodies. Running around to get over all the wrong.
And that's it. That's the entire song.
Yeah.
Truly. Like it's funny. I mean, it's a good song. I like once again, like the driving, like, sequencer bass in the background, like it's a good song. He does instrumentals pretty well when it comes to like his music, like behind his singing and stuff. But I just so egregious, that chorus is like peppered in through the entire 6-minute song. So I would say like a short, small estimate, he probably says that line, I read that song somewhere, 40 times during that song, a lot of times. All right. So what is your Kurt Cobain Repeat Offender Award, Sarah?
So we already listened to it, but it was Feels. And that's the I Have a Radio Show one. And the timestamp was at 2:48 to show you guys that by the end of the song, he's still saying that he has a radio show. And it's like, we've heard you the first time, dude. Like, we know you have a radio show. You're not special. Everyone has a radio show these days. Like, I get it. Okay. And then that's also not the only lyric that he repeats. And it's like, it reminds me of like somebody who's like, isn't being heard in a conversation. And they're like, I have a radio show. I have a radio show.
I used to have a radio show.
Yeah.
And the other people are just like, man, if I could only like have a connect to a radio show. Like,
Yeah.
I have a radio
so
show.
Cool. Wow, never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So that was mine.
I used to have a radio show, but not a lot of time though. I think I can tell where you're from, 'cause I know how to read someone. I used to have a radio show, but not a lot of time though.
Ed, did you ever ask him if he used to have a radio show? Like, is it even true?
Yeah.
He's so vague. Is it even true? I don't know.
He's like, it's all open
Next
to
time,
interpretation.
Yeah.
Next time I'll
Ask
ask.
for a friend.
Damn. Okay. So now we have finished all of these small awards, all the ones that we give away just for the crowd to, you know, as they're getting drinks, sitting down during the awards and kind of like casually scrolling their phone. This is where they turn their phone off. We put them in a little silver bag. We take them up front.
Exactly.
It gets serious, okay? Because we are now looking and finding the most skippable song in Black Marble's discography. Now, the stakes are high, okay? Because we're taking the songs that we have here, we're putting them on a shuttle, and where are they going, Sarah?
Diner in space.
They're going to a diner in space.
Yes. They're going to a diner in fucking space away from
Was
here.
that not the right answer? I'm sorry.
Well, because usually they go to Mars, but guess what, dude? Right next door, they got a diner.
Yeah,
That's
right
where they're
next
going.
door.
The diner is on Mars.
On
It
Mars?
didn't say where in space. It could be anywhere.
Yeah,
technically.
Matt
That's
Damon's
true.
the
Technically,
Martian.
we're in space.
Yeah.
Matt Damon, the Martian. The
he
waiter.
made a Denny's up there, dude.
Yeah, damn it. I should have done that.
So yeah,
But
this is
yeah,
a song that goes out to this is an award that goes out to a song that you do not want them to ever play live. You have all of those records there, Ed. You're going to promise to scratch this one out of the vinyl, okay? You have to promise. This is serious. And of course, yeah, they're going to fucking Mars. So, Ed, you're going to go last because, of course, you're a super fan, and we want you to hear all of our terrible opinions first.
All right.
Like, could I just go first, please?
You want to go first, Sarah? Okay, hell yeah.
Yes.
Sarah, you're
I
first.
just got to get this out. Okay, so my most skippable was Frisk. Sorry, Ed.
Was Frisk? Oh my god!
I guess we can't go to the same Black Marble concert because I don't want to hear that, and you're gonna want to hear it.
Oh my
and
God.
Maybe when a new album is coming.
Yeah,
that
we
way
guys
he'll
can
play
both
nothing
go
but
and be
new
disappointed.
songs.
Yeah.
both disappointed. Yeah. So I just hate how he says. I think it's following the road. He's like following the road, and I'm just like, it's so like. I don't know. I couldn't stand it. And then, you know, Ed, you were saying like, it feels like when you're young and like, you're just like having a good time and stuff. Well, maybe I just never had a good time. Maybe that's why I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just don't know what that feels like. So maybe that's why, you know? I just can't. I see Ed rocking out over there.
I was gonna say, when he said that line, Sarah, I saw you cringe, and I saw Ed bob along and like say the line, like, "Oh man, two different."
And I know
schools of
Gio
thought.
said it was cute when he does that. It's not cute.
is.
It's not cute to me.
Well,
not
yeah.
cute to me, at least.
Dang,
you know.
Controversial. I love it.
Sorry. I just wanted to get that out of the way so that by the time, you know, this show ends, Ed will forget that I said
Yeah.
that.
I already
Dang.
forgot.
That was good. That was a good. I mean, you know, if you don't like the way he sings, what can you do, right? That
I
taste.
just really like the moodiness and stuff, you know, like I like darker, like creepier stuff, and I don't want to be happy. No, I'm
Yeah,
not
hear that,
really,
dude?
but you know,
Tim Burton
it didn't
only.
appeal to me.
All right, Josh.
Got
What
that
is?
out of the way.
You want to go next, Josh?
Yeah. So my most skippable song goes to something where I did the bite-sized approach. I took a little bit of a break, and I was like, okay, I'm going to re-listen to this song, and I still just was like, this is Black Marble being Black Marble. And for that reason, it is skippable to me. Not that even that it's a terrible song. I'm just like, okay, I've heard this song a lot already, you know? And we already mentioned it, but I've got Somewhere. And again, it's how long did you say? That Long Boy?
604.
Also Long Boy, my nickname.
Yeah,
so-
Long Boy Josh.
if I was like a Black Marble fan and this came out while I was like anticipating it, I feel like I'd be let down. I'd be like, this is kind of just more of the same. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna skip somewhere.
Okay. What do you think? How do you feel about that, Ed? Would you skip somewhere?
The beginning's slow as shit, so I skip it too, personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get onto the bangers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He actually has a radio edit version of that song where it actually takes out the beginning, so it just goes straight into like the
Right.
It turns the 6 minutes?
6:04. Yeah.
It turns into a 4-minute song, which is more palatable.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Why couldn't he have just pulled the trigger and done that on the
album? Studio? Yeah.
Make the 6-minute version of like small run 7-inch for all the nerds on Discogs, you know,
right?
Like it's a special edit of the song. That's
the 12-inch single.
Yeah, the 12-inch single, the 10-inch.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's a note for songwriters out there, right? I mean, I said earlier, edit yourself, edit down a little bit, right? And also, people don't realize that like the listener is so fickle. Like the listener, if I don't like the way that the keyboard sounds in the first second, I'm gonna skip it. Like I'm straight skip it. And it's not because I don't, like I have no respect for the band. It's just like I don't like the tone and I just immediately I'm like, no thanks, and I just skip.
So I don't skip the whole thing, but I'll like jump in between the songs. So like I'll go like 30 seconds in. If it doesn't sound good, then I'll go even further. And then I'm like, okay, if I don't land on a part that sounds like it's worth listening to, then I'm just like on to the next.
Yeah,
I try.
You're a lot kinder than I am. I'm truly like if it's just like a little bit, like if there's a pause in the beginning or like an interlude that you can't skip, like, oh man, like just forever gonna skip that song. Like just I can't do it.
It's like, at a minute 30 seconds it drops, and like then it's, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
I'm gone by a minute, like second 2, fuck that. Oh shit. Okay, so am I next? I'm next, right?
Yeah.
I got it. I mean, I found the most skippable song.
Oh wow.
There's no debating here. This is egregious. This is offensive. This made me furious in a way that I haven't felt in a long time listening. And it was more just for the fact that like he's choosing to butcher a holiday classic. They do a cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You. And it is god awful, dude. Like there is no Christmas in this song at all. And it's just such like a weird, like, I don't know who, like, maybe it's for like a positive, they were on like a compilation or something. I'm not doing the research. I don't give a shit. Right?
I think he was just bored, honestly, during COVID. And
then even worse.
Yeah. Like,
right? I mean, at least do like a Paul McCartney Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas
Not
Time.
even Last Christmas.
He can repeat fucking a million times. Like, he has to do All I Want for Christmas Is You, a song sung by Mariah Carey, who can sing. He can't. Okay, sorry. I know he's he can't in this song.
Offended.
Just like this is so
Christmas
unnecessary. Not my favorite, but I mean, she is the Queen of Christmas. But also,
oh what?
Queen of Christmas.
George Michael's the Queen of Christmas.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's so many covers that he could have done that would have like better fit the voice that he has and the tone of the band. And All I Want for Christmas Is You is just not the fucking, not the one.
Hit it.
Let's
hit
it.
Sound creepy? I need to hear.
Let's hear it.
I'm getting some cool imagery listening to that, though. Like, not gonna lie.
Like that,
he's like riding a horse in the desert.
It's like, I feel like that's what Santa's listening. Santa like actually lives like on the moon or something, and he's listening to that
Christmas in
as him and the
space.
reindeer are taking off to go to
Dropping presents off at the diner.
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's just not a good cover. Like, it just doesn't hit the same. There's no like Christmas in that. There's like a galloping horse, right? It's kind of, I could say maybe a reindeer sound, but like it just sounds fucking like it belongs in like the labyrinth or something. Like it doesn't feel like Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Like if you're
It does
making
not belong in the labyrinth.
if you're making a song that is so separated from the source material like that, just say it's another song. Like if you like, I never ever would have guessed that was Mariah Carey until he's saying, like could have done it as I don't know, Baby Shark.
Make your own Christmas song.
For whom the bell tolls or whatever.
Yeah.
For whom,
my
the
God,
bell,
yeah.
the bells or whatever. Or
Silver
what
bells.
child is this?
Yeah.
Silent
Frosty the
Night, more
Snowman.
like it, huh?
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I'd rather it would have been a silent night in the studio when you recorded.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Damn.
Okay, so that is all of our skippable songs. Ed, what is your most skippable song that you
My
found?
most skippable song. This is a song. I actually said something different. I'm going to say something else.
Nice.
It's Interdiction, the first track off of Immaterial. It's an instrumental track, and I skip this one a lot because it's just chaos. And like in interviews, he says that he's trying to capture like the Desu Ex Machina and synthesizers. Like there's like he mentions there's a woman screaming in it. Like he wants to be very artsy about it. Like, and it's an art piece, but he wants people to listen to it. Like it's a form of expression, but it's just pure fucking chaos. I want to skip it all the time. It's funny too because it's a minute long noise track.
It's so skippable.
Yeah,
it's inherently skippable. Yeah. 100%. I was gonna say, like, the other thing about this is, like, as good as he is at instrumentals, like in his like singing voice, like when he's able to make music, I think other than the track that you pulled, Sarah, his other instrumentals are fucking whack, bro. They're whack, and they're like filler. I think a lot of the time.
The truth comes out.
All right, so let's do a little bit of an interdiction.
Oh man, that's whack, dude.
It just
Sounds like he won like a lot of coins in a game.
Oh,
Yeah, right? Someone just won a big fucking
He just
jackpot
won
right now.
something.
His trust fund coming out.
It sounds like he's high in his studio, just like, yeah, man, this sounds
He's just
fucking
like,
awesome.
"Ooh."
Yeah.
And dude, Ed, I know that you have like experience with synthesizers.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's
I
hitting
know-
that arpeggiator, the ring mod.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here with this.
He's
like,
not doing anything special.
He's not
no,
doing
he's
anything.
really not, dude. Yeah.
I don't do music, and that's what it sounds like when Josh wants to jam with me. he's
Fucking
not
burn
that
him,
special. No, when I play, not when Josh plays.
Sure.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. And when I first heard that track, I was like, okay, like this is the intro into like a new sound, or he's going to like, I thought it's Immaterial, which is a good album, but like after hearing that, I was like, okay, he's going to venture off and do some other stuff. But he like just threw the one arpeggio like song with delay on it and was like, hey guys, good enough for me, good enough for you.
Yeah, girl screaming. That's gonna intro my second album.
Yeah.
What a fucking dummy, dude. Straight up.
This is what total creative control gets you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Please get an editor.
I think he was big headed because prior to that, his EP song, Pretender, was on a Gucci commercial. So he had like he had that like, I could do whatever I want. I have,
I'm working with Gucci.
Yeah.
That's fucked
Gaga's
up,
here.
dude. Yeah. Damn. I mean, okay. I would say that we definitely have some skippable songs worthy of the diner in space. I think.
Yeah, dude.
I think so.
Yeah, waitress, this is gonna be for here.
Yeah, check please.
The waitress with the gray eyeliner.
Yeah.
It's Juju Bone working the fucking job over there, dude.
Flipping burgers.
Yeah, on freaking Mars.
Wow. I would say these are all extremely skippable songs. I mean, I know you're going to have a contention with Frisk, Ed, and you can pull the parachute. You could save that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Call and Frisk. It's like you hate it or you don't like it. Like
right.
I'm
But the rest,
maybe once I go have some fun this summer, if I listen to it, then I'll feel like I like it. I'll give it another try.
That is a great point. Before we get to the final question, Sarah, like if this song is like you're having a barbecue, the four of us are like, having some vegan hot dogs or something on in the middle of July, and Ed throws on his like vinyl of larger than what's it called?
Bigger than life.
Bigger than life. I'm gonna have a great time. This on the background while I'm hanging out with my friends, have some beers. Yeah. But like if I'm sitting down and like actually taking it like objectively,
Yeah. I mean, it's a difference between like if you're forced to listen to this at like an interrogation, like if this is a Guantanamo Bay and they're making you listen to their discography, like it is going to be a nightmare because there is like a sameness to it all. But like you said, like if this is lo-fi beats to do homework to, then you can easily fucking tune out to like his lyrics and just kind of like enjoy the cascading synthesizers and like the way that all kind of sounds very similar, like that warm tape sound. I mean, it's good in that way, but
I feel like if you just add pick any of our top bops or whatever, add all those to your playlist, shuffle it, and then you'll be good. Like 5 songs mixed in like a big playlist, that sounds good, but like all together all at once, it is a lot. It was like almost like overwhelming for me, and I'm like, it's not even bad, like I don't know, it's just like so. It made me think about the title too, like Black Marble. Of all the marbles, marbles are so freaking cool looking and have like cool little patterns and different colors. He picked Black Marble to title the band. It's like the same static marble, So I feel like, and even the first album, don't remember what it was called, but
different
he even has this different arrangement. I don't feel like there was like much of a different arrangement in the album. And like I feel like he even has a song called Static, and that's how I would describe Black Marble. But it's good. I just like I'm not gonna binge it.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get to the final question. Is Black Marble as a whole skippable, their entire discography? Now,
man,
this is tough.
Yeesh, yeah,
this is very
a tough one.
Can I go first? Is that okay? Here's my issue with Black Marble. When I first listened to them, I really, really liked them, and then I did this, and I don't know if I ever want to go back. Like I really don't know. I'm gonna say don't skip if post punk is like your thing, if you're into like the new wavy style, but no, skip. They're skippable.
Whoa.
There's so many other bands that they are like that sound just like them or like similar. You could get away with never listening to them and like complete your entire like emotional roller coaster with post punk. You will never have to encounter them, and it won't change your life if you like if this isn't your first, then it doesn't matter. Like if you're Josh, I mean, this is not a band that is essential, and I wouldn't ever say this is essential. But if you're like Ed, where you find it and it like this leads you into a world of post punk and of that like type of music, then yeah, of course, like you're gonna have an emotional tie. And I did, but now that I like kind of step back, I'm gonna skip it, dude.
Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of with you in that. I'm gonna throw a stipulation onto this one. I'm new to the band. I definitely like post-punk as a genre, you know. But definitely those later albums I wasn't really feeling too much. So my stipulation is I'm gonna keep a different arrangement and it's immaterial. But everything else, I'd say you're chill in totally skipping.
It's valid, 100%. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same for me. I honestly would like. I added 2 songs to my playlist, and I feel like if after like listening to the whole discography, like if that's all that I felt like I wanted to add, like, you know, I just didn't want to add more of the other songs because I didn't want to have music in my playlist that kept sounding like redundant, you know, like I like to keep it like mixed up and stuff, and like a few songs sounding good, but I would be listening and I'd be like, wow, this song is good, but it does sound really similar to that other one. I'm like, this song is good. So it's like, what's the point in adding the other songs if like they all sound so similar? And then the lyrics, like I can't even like totally resonate with necessarily because I don't, you know, whatever. I guess he released them. But, you know, just for me, like, I really think that having a couple of the songs on your playlist is great to like have in there. I think everybody feels like, you know, the energy that's in his music, like everybody feels like that sometimes, like it's very melancholy. I like that he's a do-it-yourself person. But, you know, when I was growing up, my favorite band was the Gorillaz, and they released so much shitty music. But like,
Yeah.
you know, they really did. But that's like one of the things that I liked about Damon Albarn in general is that he's like so creative and like he's willing to get out there and like make shit and like, you know, just like get his ideas out there. Like he hated Trump. And so he was like, I'm not coming to the US, you know, to do a tour while Trump's in the office or whatever. And, you know, he posted that. And like, I just feel like, whereas Black Marbles kind of like, I'm gonna just be discreet. I'm not gonna like open up to you guys. I was at a Trump thing and I recorded this, but I'm not sharing my political views. It's like, why not share your political views? Like, which side are you afraid of offending? That just seems like, you know, like that just seems like weird. And then also, if those are your views, like, I feel like you should be willing to like stand up for them too. So as a whole, like, he has some good songs. He seems like he's a very like really good at what he does. I'd say it's worth like listening to, you know, any of the top bops that we picked. But overall, like, yeah, it's gonna be a skip for me too.
Ooh. All right, Ed. What do you say?
Believe it or not, it's definitely leaning to a skip.
Whoa!
Wow!
Boom, boom, boom.
I like Black Marble. I'm a huge fan of Black Marble for these reasons. It's like, if you appreciate synthesizers and you understand how they work with MIDI and whatnot, like Black Marble's the band for you. Like he pushes the boundaries of what you could do with all these synthesizers. So it's like his whole project is just like a giant love letter to synthesis. And but like musically wise, his lyrics are simple. You can't understand what the fuck he's saying. He has no political stance. He's just a guy making this music by himself, and he understands how to make a song like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. It's just basic songwriting structures. If you were to get into Black Marble, though, it would have to be Immaterial. Like, that's the only album that really stands out. I feel like he took his time writing that one. If you guys didn't know, that album's it's a story album. It's a story LP. Like, there's a constant motif going on.
It's a concept album, really?
It's a concept album, yeah. It's about, the whole album is just about being a kid next door to like, and you have a crush on the girl next door, basically. It's just about coming of age with that whole adolescence, youth, like I mentioned before. But overall, like, Bigger Than Life sucked. Like, it was a terrible album.
Man, I'm really glad that you're open like this, Ed.
Yeah.
This is kind of blowing my mind.
Fast Idols, he wrote that during COVID. He didn't I felt like he didn't put no attention and all that stuff, and like he was just rushing an album out. Like also with the Mariah
Oh yeah, the cover.
the cover, if that was just a joke, like if it's a joke song that he released, why? Like you have a reputation behind you, like
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
And
Don't
it's not a funny joke either.
yeah, it's not. It's a
It's the
It wasn't
lamest
very
joke.
I
funny.
should have done
Yeah, it's-
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer if it was gonna
Or
be a
even
funny
make up
joke.
your own silly like Christmas song. Like you could totally do that.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
It would be pretty easy.
Christmas
fir-
in COVID.
the first two albums definitely they're the first album, like listen to it as like, man, if you just want like relax, lose your mind, understand, like floating in space with all the senses, it's just a giant song, like we mentioned before.
Mhm.
You know, then the next album Concept and the other two albums crap. But
So there you go, dude. I mean,
Wow.
but to each their own, I guess. That's how I take it.
right.
You know, he could have done better.
Yeah.
I really think I was gonna say too, like I would definitely throw this on in the background, like if I'm not feeling like listening to classical music, like while I'm doing my homework, since I can't like listen to like lyrics and focus because then I'm gonna start like wanting to sing along and dance. Like I feel like Black Marble is pretty good too because you know the lyrics are very like obscured and like it's very instrumental and like musically like it's very pleasing to listen to. So if you just need something going on in the background, I think it's nice.
Yeah.
Agreed.
For all the students out there.
Yeah.
Also,
to listen to.
if also I'm like ripping in him and shit, but I'm actually like I'm a huge fan. Like I love Black Marble.
Right.
I have a poster of Black Marble on my wall up there.
Oh yeah,
Of course, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, super fans have honest opinions, and you know, like you've spent enough time thinking about the band to form a very concise opinion on it, and it's not like you're wrong. It's just that you know you have eyes and you have ears, and
Yeah.
you're able to make your own decisions. You know, like he's his own guy, and I'm sure he could explain, but he doesn't want to explain. You know, so
Yeah.
we get to interpret.
You're
I'll-
being
I'll-
really good and objective right now. It hasn't always been that way on the pod.
Yeah.
Shout out Turtle.
Shout out.
But yeah, so it's nice that we can find some common ground on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The only advice I have for him, like, don't play songs that people don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So, it was a sold out show for Choir Boy and Cold Kid.
Tag him in
It was
this.
everywhere. Don't me fuck. It was like a full house, and you just
It
here's
was
songs you have no idea what the fuck they are.
Yeah,
It was Black
That
Marble
sucks.
and Choir Boy, and he did songs no one knew.
Yeah, and Cold Cave.
Man, he
Not
really
even
fucked
one
up.
song.
Screw
That's
the pooch,
fucked
Chris.
yeah. Fucked up. But yeah, Ed, thank you so much for bringing Black
Yeah.
Marble. They're like, this is probably the most interesting like shift in like how I felt about a band. I think this entire podcast where like I came in 100% thinking like I'm gonna love this. This is gonna be great. I'm so excited to listen, and then just feeling like I don't know, like just like gaslit or something. I just felt like I was going crazy or something.
That's on brand for him, it sounds.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like psychologically, this is a very challenging band. Like there's something else. There's under the cover stuff happening, like you know, above my head type shit. So thank you so much for bringing this to the pod, man.
Yeah, thank you
no
so much
problem.
for coming on, Ed.
Yeah, I had a blast.
So
It was nice to talk to you.
yeah, the Osaka Milk Bar. You said you have a couple shows coming up, or where can our listeners find you?
You could follow me on Instagram. It's just Osaka Milk Bar.
There you go.
Don't DM me to play because I will ignore you. Like,
Oh yeah, special
know?
curation only, guys.
That's right.
special curation. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to book your band that you're playing at DVA for 3 nights, like over and over again.
Got
I'm
him.
sorry.
know,
I'm sorry.
Ed.
That's where bands go to die. I don't.
That wine bar, dude.
That wine
Fucking-
bar. I really hate that place. But yeah, Osaka Milk Bar. No, I'm just fucking.
Yeah,
around.
DBA stands for death by admission.
Got him, dude.
There you go. You got it.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, don't DM him unless you're fucking
Yeah.
Black Marble
Just-
himself, dude.
Just get
Uh,
good, and then maybe you'll get considered. All right?
Exactly.
No,
True.
come talk to me in person. I don't like doing networking online. That's the one other thing I like about Black Marble too. Like he's a networking master, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He does.
dude.
There's like 4 Reddit AMAs. There's like a whole bunch, of him just like chilling and talking with his fans.
and even
And
that's
it's
pretty
like,
cool.
Yeah,
even
cool.
when he was like coming, like when he was starting Black Marble too, like how he got the Gucci commercial, and like how much he had to network to get that, which is like, damn, man, the man hustled.
He's a grinder,
on-
dude.
Got on Harley Art, which is like a new sister label at the time for Sub Pop. Like shit,
Mhm.
you sold them on like you sold them like what 2 songs, and they took it. So
Baller move.
Radio show. Dude.
Courageous. Yeah, dude. And so hopefully Black Marble can play the next Osaka Milk Bar show. We'll get that happening.
Yeah,
And
please check out Osaka Milk Bar.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Like, I know we were joking, but it's like such a like nice, welcoming, and like great vibe over there.
yeah, just
For real.
just pick up your bottles, please.
Pick up your bottles, all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The recycling was right there too. Like,
Dude.
I don't know.
True.
Crush your cans too.
Yeah.
Spay to neuter your pets.
Dude. Yeah. Well, all
Bring
right.
your
Thank
own
you.
snack.
Thank you so much, Ed. Well, no, buy snacks there. They got
Oh.
plenty of food vendors there sometimes.
yeah,
they do.
Okay, never mind. Ignore.
Vegan
what I said.
cookies, vegan
Yes.
cupcakes.
So, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, Ed, for coming on. To the world out there, do not let us keep you by.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.